Right, let's dice with death and see if we can get across this road. Ooh. Two Subaru STIs parked up so bloody close together no one can get through. Bet they know one another. Oh, the bikies are coming around again. Good on them. I think they just love making the noise. Oh, there's more of them now. Sound bloody good. Setting off all the car alarms. No entry, mate. There's a cruise ship, one cruise ship in today. Now the cruise ship season started, we're getting at least one a day from now on for the summer, possibly two. Yeah, sometimes you get two in at once. I have seen three in at once at one stage. Pilot Bay boat ramp. If I was brave enough and felt like taking shoes off, the water on the left-hand side of that boat ramp there is hot, about where that green pole is, the end of the concrete, and yeah, the water's hot. There's a pipe there with a hot spring somewhere further up where the hot pools are, I think, and they pipe it underground, and the outlet's just there in the water. So on a winter's day, if you're putting your boat in the water, that's the place to stand because it's nice and warm. Now this side of Mount Maunganui is called Pilot Bay, named after the place where the pilot boats are launched from to bring in the ships every day. They've just got they're up at the end of the wharf is where they live. I lived here for 12 years along this little street. When we had the motel, I'll show it to you in a minute. And it was great, lovely place to live. But like all things, you do get sick of it in the end, you get sick of the people. It's a lot busier now than it was 12 years ago, that's for sure. I remember when I first came here, I spoke to a guy who had lived here 15 years previously. And he didn't like it then because it had got so busy, but now it's far, far busier now than it ever was. Oh, this is the motel I used to have. Used to own the lease on this, called the West Haven Motel. Built in 1969, 12 units altogether, but the owner of the property lives in one. The owners of the lease live in another, which I think used to be two, so there's only 9 available for letting out to the public. That sign with the logo there, the palm trees with the bed on it, I designed and made that. This sign here has been changed. They used to match, but not anymore. Never mind, anyway, that's our old motel. Lots of boat activity happening on the harbour. There's the pilot boat going out now, actually. I don't know whether you can see it, the yellow boat. That yellow boat over there is the pilot boat. Must be going out to meet a ship. The ships can only come in and out of the harbour, the big ships I mean, on the change of tide, because it's such a narrow channel and the current is so strong that it needs to be slack tide, so it's either between the highs or between the lows. It's deep enough to get out at low tide, but It's got to be between the tides to avoid that current. It's really strong. Beautiful day though, you got to say. Oh, here comes the old guy on his bloody Harley again. Same guy. New Zealand Police. This apartment building here was built probably 2005, 2006. I remember when it was built, and now look at it. Obviously leaking, has to all be reclad. That one's the same. That was built earlier actually. A lot of buildings in the mountain like that, built between 1990 and 2006, 2007, I think the new building codes come out, and they've all got problems, leaking problems. I owned one. I owned the management rights to one just up the road here. Had it from new for 7 years. And it was just nothing but trouble. Leaks, the whole entire basement floor collapsed one day, just from the pressure of groundwater. The water on the outside of the building pushed the floor up. It was almost as if an earthquake had attacked it. And it filled up with water in the basement. What a performance that was. Took 2 years, 2 whole years to get the owners, the body corporate, to agree to do something about it, and it cost $750,000 to repair that floor, and it's still got issues and problems, that building. I had so much trouble with the body corporate that they threw me out in the end. They needed a scapegoat, and I was the handiest person causing the most trouble, so they threw me out. Nice. Glad to get out of them. Glad I don't own it now, because they're still having problems. This one in front of us too here at the Custom House building, it's only a small apartment building. There are 11 apartments in there, but same, it looks nice, it looks very fresh, but it's not. It's a shit building. Leaks, full of structural problems. They're always repairing it. This one here is, I don't think that one had any problems. That one's quite good by comparison. Oh, well, this is called Maunganui Road. It goes right through the centre of the town and takes us all the way home again, so we'll just follow that back. But I do want to call into the airport on the way home to see my mate who's starting up a new business there, flight training business, not just for teaching you to actually fly the aeroplane itself, but teaching theory and teaching aircraft mechanics as well. He's a licensed aircraft mechanical engineer, and he has a desire to teach young guys to become engineers as well as pilots. He's even building a motel room inside his hangar, so people can come from other parts of the country to train with him. Yeah. Oh, we've got the cricket ground here, and the sports ground here on the the right hand side of me. I think I might have got my rights and lefts mixed up before, but anyway, you probably got the picture. I'm always doing that. I think by the time I get to my age, I'd know the difference between right and left, but I don't. Hopeless, even though I'm left-handed. Knew he was going to do that, that guy. I was in the wrong gear anyway. Be part of history. Vote for the alternative flag. Big debate happening here in New Zealand at the moment. The Prime Minister in his wisdom decided he wanted to change the flag. He didn't like it. Lots of other people didn't like it. So they invested $25 million into a process to renew the flag in a democratic way. Lots of people are dead against it, can't see the point. Nothing wrong with the flag we've got, they say. But I can sort of see the Prime Minister's point of view. It's too much like the Australian flag. In fact, just about everybody who's not Australian or New Zealander gets the two mixed up. So it would be great to have our own Kiwi or New Zealand identity and a flag that reflects that. They've narrowed it down. They had a public, submissions where everyone who was interested could put forward their ideas and designs, and they narrowed it down to 5. And now there's going to be a big vote in a couple of weeks' time to choose which one's going to be the winner. Yeah, very exciting stuff. Frankly, I don't like any of them very much, but I can see what, I can see the point. I can see what they're trying to do, and one of the ones I liked from the original ones put forward didn't make the cut, so shows you how much I know. Now what's this little car going to do? I bet he cuts me off. No, he didn't. Aerodrome Road. This used to be the only way to the airport, but now it's not. The main entrance is further down, but we'll go in the back way because it's where I want to go.